today we're going to read Girl by Jamaica Kincaid. Please follow along on your own worksheet as I model thinking aloud for you guys. Wash the white clothes on Monday and put them on the stone heap. Wash the colored clothes on Tuesday and put them on the clothesline to dry. Don't walk bareheaded in the hot sun. Cook pumpkin fritters in a very hot sweet oil. Soak your little cloths right after you take them off. When buying cotton to make yourself a nice blouse, be sure that it doesn't have gum on it, because that way it won't hold up well after a wash. Alright, so straight from the jump, we're getting a list of things that the narrator has to do for each day of the week, right? Her choice. Soak saltfish overnight before you cook it. Is it true that you sing Bena in Sunday school? Always eat your food in such a way that it won't turn someone else's stomach. So automatically I think of my mother, right? Whenever we'd have guests or even growing up, I had to eat a certain way because of what was acceptable for a woman. Sundays, try to walk like a lady and not like the slut you are so bent on, right? I'm gonna underline the word slut because I'm wondering, what is this narrative definition of a slut, right? Especially during the time period that this poem was written in. What does she mean by this word and why this particular word is being used? Don't sing Bena in Sunday school. You mustn't speak to war frat boys, not even to give directions. Don't eat fruits on the street. Flies will follow you. So I think this line right here has a double meaning. Don't eat fruits on the street, right? When I think of this line, it reminds me of when your parents tell you, don't talk to strangers, right? Because it can affect you, right? Don't talk to the man that's trying to get your attention because you don't know how he can take advantage of you. Don't talk to somebody that you don't know. It's like a warning, right? So the narrator has this list of expectations and rules that she has to follow. And it's also how she is supposed to be as a woman, right? Or as a lady. But I don't sing Bena on Sundays at all, and never in Sunday school. This is how to slip on a button. This is how to make a buttonhole for the button you have just sewed on. This is how to hem a dress when you see the hem coming down. And so to prevent yourself from looking like a slut, I know you are so bent on becoming, this is how you are to iron your father's khaki shirt so it doesn't have a crease. This is how you iron your father's khaki pants so it doesn't have a crease, right? So a lot of repetition, right? I don't sing Bena songs, and this is how you do this. So keep that in mind as we read why this is being repeated so many times. It's important, right? When things are being repeated, the narrator or the author wants to draw attention to that particular line.
I see.
Bless you.
Thank you.
This is how you grow okra, far from the house, because okra trees harbor red ants. When you're growing the sheen, make sure it gets plenty of water, or else it makes sure they'll itch when you're eating it. This is how you sweep a corner. This is how you sweep your whole house. This is how you sweep a yard. This is how you smell to someone you don't like very much. This is how you smell to someone you don't like at all. This is how you smell to someone you like completely. This is how you set a table for tea, right? So not only is she being told like the chore she has to do daily, she's also being told how to present herself. You can't smile like this. You have to behave like that. So her emotions or her feelings are being restricted, right? She can't act out too much. She can't do this. She can't show, anger, right? And all of this reminds me of growing up as a young woman, right? You can't be too angry. You can't get upset. Because getting upset, being angry, and lashing out, we always relate to what? A man. Good. Thank you. This is how you set a table for dinner. This is how you set a table for dinner with an important guest. This is how you set a table for lunch. This is how you set a table for breakfast. This is how to behave in the presence of men who don't know you very well. And this way, they will recognize immediately the slut I have warned you against becoming. So here's the word slut again, right? So for the narrator, I think that slut is being everything that she's told to not be. Does that make sense? So if she's not doing her chores, if she's not walking like a lady, if she's not going to Sunday school, if she's not pressing her father's khaki shirt, if she's not setting the table, that makes her a slut. Right? So this word is being used in a way to show that if you don't behave a certain way, you are a slut. Not in the way that we know. We think a slut is. Be sure to wash every day, even if it's with your own spit. Don't squat down to play marbles. You are not a boy, you know. So they're saying right here, you cannot go a day without washing.
Facts.
Right? You cannot go a day without cleaning yourself, grooming yourself, you know, and your hair has to be right, your nails have to be clean, right? You're not a boy, right? So there are clear distinctions between what it's like to be a girl and a boy. Okay. You don't know, don't pick people's flowers, you might catch something. Don't throw stones at blackbird because it might not be a blackbird at all. This is how to make bread pudding. This is how to make donuts. This is how to make pepper pot. This is how to make a good medicine for a cold. This is how to make a good medicine to throw away a child before it even becomes a child. This is how to catch fish. I'm gonna go back to the sign right here. This is how to make a good medicine to throw away your child before it even becomes a child. This line is a very heavy line, right? What do we think this is insinuating right here? This is how to make a good medicine to throw away a child before it even becomes a child.
Abortion.
Abortion, right? So she has a set of rules which is very, very long, right? Do you think men have all these rules for themselves?
No.
No? The boys in the classroom, do you guys have a long list of expectations that you guys feel like you have to abide by?
Not that long.
Not really.
Not that long, right? Okay. We'll come back to this conversation another day. Right. This is how to catch a fish. This is how to throw back a fish you don't like. And that way something bad won't fall on you. This is how to bully a man. And this is how a man bullies you. This is how to love a man. And if it doesn't work there are other ways, and if they don't work, don't feel too bad about giving up. This is how to spit up in the air if you feel like it. This is how to move quick so that it doesn't fall on you. This is how to make ends meet. Always squeeze bread to make sure it's fresh. But what if the bakers won't let me feel the bread? You mean so that after all, you're really going to be the kind of woman who baker won't let you?
The bread is the. What is the bread?
What is the bread? Let's read that again. If the baker won't let me feel the bread, you mean to say that after all, you are really going to be the kind of woman who the baker won't let me feel the bread. So the baker is the man, right? Let's say the husband.
And the bread is
And
the
the bread
private
is
part?
The bread is the what?
The private part of the man.
The bread could represent the private part of the man, right? Or the bread could represent the man's heart, right? So she's saying you have to be all these things plus more. Right? You have to know how to cook, you have to know how to clean, you have to present yourself in a certain way. You have to be mindful of how you present yourself. Be mindful of how you speak, be mindful of how you talk, right? You have to sit up straight. You gotta go to Sunday church and sing the song, right? And when you're dealing with a man, you gotta be nice to him. If not, it's okay, right? And at the end, it's like, well, if you have done all these things correctly, why would a man not want you?
Exactly.
Right? Why would he not want you? And the bread can be anything, right? It could be a man's heart, it could be his private, it could be, we don't know. Right? Beliefs are pretty open.
I think sometimes it's the man. It's not the
Is
woman.
the man not the
Yeah.
woman? All right, cut.